Hello guys, I'm here as Brett Robinson. I'm here to show you how to create what's called a progressive web app. Now, progressive web apps are picking up a huge amount of momentum. It was started kind of in 2015 by Google, and of course Microsoft had now picked it up, and of course iTunes or Apple have developed it for Safari. So the best way I can explain progressive web apps is that they're completely browser independent. Okay, whatever you have will work on any browser. That's Opera. That's there's around about 30 odd different browsers. It will work on every single one of them. Also, as well, it will work on any operating system, so you don't need to have a specific operating system. The other thing that's quite interesting to point out is they load data faster. They help users transact faster because they not have to go back to the server every time for information. Okay, so this makes things much quicker, much slicker, and will keep the user retained, rather than thinking, has that stopped? Is that still spinning? Have I finished? Where are we going to now? Okay, so that's one of the main things. And also as well, mobile apps, to get into the App Store is quite a grueling process. Now Android, the App Store for Google is quite easy. It takes about 4 hours to get up on there once you answer all the questions. There's around about 8 or 9 pages of setup that you have to go through as a developer. I have a development console for Google. It takes about a good 2 hours to create it. Then it takes another 4 hours for it to go through the Google algorithm to actually be up on the App Store and available. Apple, on the other hand, into iTunes takes around about 5 days on average, and generally they have things like, well, your app looks the same as your website. Well, yeah, because the app is of my website. So they don't kind of really like that. So there are ways around it. I have gotten people up on the iTunes store before based on just having different pictures that you don't normally see on the website. So they obviously have some sort of automated process that goes through and trawls your website, looks at the main pages, and if your screenshots, the ones you see on iTunes or on the App Store, the screenshots that shows you what the app looks like. If you use the main ones, it won't get through because it then says your app looks like your website. But progressive web apps have gotten around that. So progressive web apps basically is your website, only it's on a mobile app. So it allows it to be uploaded to the user or a client or person's phone on their home screen. Okay, so it allows them to put that on there, and then of course it allows you to send push notifications through the service worker that gets installed in the background. So, the web app is kind of the go-between. Obviously, that's why Google likes it. Google thinks, well, let's make this easy for people to get on there. And also, as well, it's a great benefit to you because now you can send push notifications out to your customers who hold your app. The other good thing from a user's point of view is they don't have to be connected to the network or the internet to actually use your web app. There you go. Most of the other ones you do, especially for like the ones you have to log in, because it logs you in and then goes over the Wi-Fi or the internet and says, hey, is this person a user? Here's the user credentials. Yes, they are. Okay, let them in. With a progressive web app, you don't need to do that. Okay, so no, that's a huge benefit, because now in people with low data areas, let's just say you live out in an area where O2 or Vodafone or someone like that doesn't have good coverage, if they got your web app and they still want to buy stuff or they want to, contact you, they can do that. Because they don't need to have the internet in a high strength area or even online. They can go ahead and do that. Of course, sending you a message, it will need to have the internet connected, but to browse your site and to look at what your latest offers are, then they can still do that. Okay, because whenever they're in the zone, it will update that app, because it says, oh, I got Wi-Fi, let me go and let you know the latest offers. I've sent you a push notification out, and they got that. Now they're going to go and read that when they're in a low data area, and they still can actually see what you're talking about. in your notifications. So there's a lot of good benefits of having a progressive web app, not to mention the affordability. Okay, a mobile app, I know there's a lot of places out there, platforms and things like Seattle and various other places that, you know, you can get create your own mobile app, and it costs you around about £29-30 a month. And then if you want additional features, of course, that then puts the price up. Okay, like push notifications. I want to send out to my list of 5,000 customers. Well, to do that, you're going to need to pay X amount on top of that 29 to do that, or £30, right? And also as well is we're never quite sure. I've had a look and tried to have a chat with various different people who provide those platforms, who actually owns the proprietary rights to the actual app. Okay, and you'll find a lot of the times that you can buy it, but it's going to cost you well over £1,500 to £2,000 to buy that. Okay, so okay, not a very good deal. A progressive web app will cost you anywhere from between £100 to £300 depending. Okay, and again, it doesn't take a lot of time, but this is a service, what I'm going to show you now, AllAppPress, and how you can create with that. Okay, so this is my dashboard that we're looking at now and have been looking at for the last 6 minutes. So I want to go and I want to create a progressive web app. Now the site that I've got is something I just thrown together. It's just a standard WordPress template. I set up a subdomain on one of my main domains under Moby Site Expert, and I just created this just to show you. You know, this didn't take long. It's got all the default data installed in it as well. Okay, but that's the one we're going to do. So if we go to, I'm in the URL at the moment. I'm copying the URL. I'm going to go to AllAppPress, and I'm going to go create professional progressive web app pro. Okay, now we get this dashboard. As you can see, between here and build, generate, app, you know, there's not a lot of questions, right? Let me scroll this up so you can see the whole thing. Right, so if I put in my URL, I tab out of that to the next thing, it's going to bring it up over here in the emulator. There it is. If I just log out of this, because it keeps logging me in, because obviously I'm the administrator, it recognizes that I'm the administrator and says, hey, you know, do you want to edit this within? I could actually edit this within this emulator if I wanted to, which, you know, it's quite a good emulator. Right, so it's not letting me log out at the moment. Okay, let's progress. So the app name I'll have is 2 hearts, right? And then that's the app name that's going to appear on the mobile. Now what it's asking me for is the icon. Okay, so I've got a share on here somewhere where I've got some icons, and if I go to video clients and I go to samples and I go to video snap PNG, there we go, and then my splash screen is in the same location. So I'll go here, video snap, I'll have that one. It's just a generic basic splash screen. This is the one that when they load the app, it will pop up. It's not on for very long. Here, this is not a good color. I have spoken to AllAppPress about it. At the design team, part of another person's team in our company, I have spoken to them about it. Body background color, this is of your notification. Okay, notification dialog size, so how big is that notification window going to be? The notification dialog color, and then should I send a welcome push notification after a person subscribes? If you say no, then that's fine. But I would say let's get them used to it. Let's get them signed up. So the title is Welcome to 2 Hearts. Okay. Message. Let's just go. Thanks for getting our PWA, and that qualifies you for 10% off your first order, let's just say. Okay, and then URL, I'll post in the website URL again. I mean, you can post whatever you want. You might have a particular offer you want to direct them to, so there might be a coupon .html or some sort of offer page, or maybe it's a list building. Maybe you got a splash screen for a pop-up for you know, a free download if they register their email address. I mean, you already got their stuff, right? But you could do that. So we want to scroll down here now. We just hit, quite simple, right? The URL, the name, the icon that's going to appear on their desktop or on their home screen, right? And then the splash screen, and it gives you the ideal sizes right here, okay? So just stick to those. And also as well, it's worth noting to make sure that your website is, is responsive, okay? So that's quite important as well, to make sure you got a responsive website, because that will pay dividends. Right, so now we just say, okay, build and generate the app. Building and generating the app, there we go. There's my PNG, my logo. It's going to appear on the home screen. This is the video snap logo. And here we can see we got edit the app. We can go back and make a couple of changes if we wanted to, like splash screen or the icon. This is the list of users you can create. You can create multiple lists of subscribers, okay, that you can then send push notifications to. So you can create your list here and then send push notifications to that list and view that list, change that list, edit it. Okay, so the push notifications, if you like, for instance, you can take all your initial people that are just signed up, you can send them a new notification, say here's a new coupon, you haven't bought yet, do you wish to buy, here's 20% off. Or you want to send out to your existing subscribers and purchasers, say, I noticed you purchased, anyone that purchased over £50 from us last time now gets a new discount, and you can send out to those people as well. Or if you had a car dealership or a garage and you wanted to send out a push notification to all those whose MOTs were due in September, you could have that list of September MOTs. You can put all the people in that list. You can upload a list to it, and then you could send a push notification that, hey, I saw your MOT is due next month. Give us here's a link, right, to our booking page. Go in and see what slots available and book it up. Okay. Now that's all ready to download. Okay, so download and extract it. Now here's the instructions. Download and extract the zip file. Upload the files to the root directory of your website. Okay, now for any of you who don't know what that is, this is FileZilla. Here's 2 Hearts root directory. As you can see, it's got AllWordPress installed in it, right? So this is the root directory. So that's what that looks like. And below mentioned code, add below mentioned code before the end of the head tag inside your website. Okay, now if I take you to the 2 Hearts website, it wants me to log in again. Okay, no problem. I've been away for a little bit. Right, so this theme, for instance, the wedding style options theme, yeah, it has its own header code, and a lot of them now do. Okay, because of PWA, Progressive Web Apps, they now come with this, so it enables you, here you can add code to appear in the head section of every page of your blog, right? And it's for adding JavaScript or CSS to all pages. So you can do it in one hit. So that code that you saw over here, right, if you just go and pick all this code up, Control copy, I've already done it as you saw on the thing, but it's all right here. Okay, there's that code, and I just pasted it into this window, and that is done. I saved the changes. Okay, now I'm going to go over that in another video, but for now, that's pretty much how you can create your progressive web app. As I say, next video we'll go through, we'll do the download, and then we'll go back to that screen and do the install, and then I'll show you an actual working example. So thanks for watching, and again, if you go to AllAppPress, just after this video I've got all the links for you, so if you just click on the link on the next page, on the thanks for watching page, everything will be there for you, and with my contact details. Okay, thanks a lot guys, cheers and bye.